Tropical cyclone Tiffany developed off the coast of Queensland yesterday and intensified overnight into a Category 2 system, and that's likely bringing damaging to destructive winds and heavy rainfall, likely to lead to flooding to parts of the Peninsula District of Queensland. And we can clearly see that here on the satellite image as they've defined circulation associated with the cyclone. And we've got a lot of intense thunderstorms with that as well. And we can see that here with those blue and purple areas. Now that tells us it's a pretty intense system. And because of that, cyclone watches and warnings are current. A cyclone warning is current for large parts of the Peninsula District between Weipa and Kowanyama, and also Lockhart River down to the north of Cooktown. Now, as we move through today, we're likely to see this cross in the early to mid-afternoon hours, bringing those damaging to destructive winds and very heavy rainfall. It will then quickly move across the Peninsula District and then out into the Gulf of Carpentaria as we move into Tuesday as a Category 1 system. Now, the environment is conducive for intensification on Tuesday and Wednesday, and because of that, we're likely to see Category 2 and possibly Category 3 severe tropical cyclone Tiffany as we get into the Wednesday hour time frame. And because of that, we've got a cyclone watch current from Nhulunbuy to between NT and Queensland border, and that includes Groote Eylandt as well. And that means we could see gales develop here within 24 to 48 hours time. Now, looking at some of the impacts from this cyclone, firstly looking at the winds. Now we can see particularly near and to the south of where this system tracks, we're likely to see winds gusting up to 100 kilometres an hour, and that's enough to bring down trees and power lines in the area. But that'll quickly move through into the Gulf of Carpentaria later tonight and into the early hours of Tuesday, easing conditions in the peninsula. And then our focus will shift towards the east coast of the NT as we see an intensification of this system, and also note the wind field really start to pick up across large areas. And that's indicating to us that the system's intensifying and expanding. And we could see winds gusting up to 150 kilometres an hour. So residents really need to pay attention in the coming days of an intensifying situation there. Now also a lot of wind, but there's also a lot of rainfall as well. So we're going to see widespread rainfall of 100 to 200 millimetres, particularly where it tracks and to the south of that as well, with isolated falls up to 250 millimetres. Now that'll lead to flash and riverine flooding and could strand residents and travellers in the area. And because of that, we also have flood watches current for large parts of the Cape York Peninsula, extending a little bit further south as well, thanks to that widespread rain and thunderstorm activity. So to reiterate, cyclone warnings are current for large parts of the Queensland Peninsula, and also cyclone watches are current as well for parts of the NT coastline as well, as this system will continue to move westwards in the coming days. In the short term, we'll have impacts in the peninsula, and then midweek we'll be focusing on parts of the NT. So if you live in Queensland or parts of the NT, or know someone that does, it is important to stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via our website, app and social media. We'll be issuing track maps every 3 hours here at the Bureau. And also remember to listen to all advice from emergency services, and please stay safe.